to know what do I need to do in order for me to pay my bond using that property.
I don't believe these are the same charges. Well, I do believe they're the same charges. I don't know what happened before.
Yo creo que sí son los mismos cargos. Yo no sé lo que pasó anteriormente.
Ok, pues yo puedo poner quisiera saber cómo puedo hacer para poner mi propiedad. Yo tengo mi propia casa. La dirección que está en el papel, esa es mi propiedad. Está bajo mi nombre.
Espérese tantito. I would like to know what is it that I need to do to pay my bond using my property. I have a house. The house listed on that paper at that address is my house.
So you can use that property to post your bond. It may need someone else to help to make that process work.
Judge, you say that he could or that he couldn't?
He can. Yes.
O sea que usted sí puede usar esa propiedad para pagar la fianza, pero usted va a tener que encontrar a alguien que le ayude para que haga el proceso.
Okay. Gracias.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions, sir?
¿Alguna otra pregunta, señor?
No, thanks.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Okay, puede retirarse.
And Judge, those two add-ons, those are the only two that you don't have the paperwork for, Mr. Juarez and Mr. Cody Allen. We have to get those to you.
Okay, that was, I've been using Post-it notes to make, you know, to make stuff on the file so I can.
All right, yes, sir.
Yeah. So you're Mr. Jose?
¿Usted es el señor José?
Sir, you've been charged with, it appears to be one offense of felony forgery in the 3rd degree.
Señor, a usted se le acusa, tal parece que es un delito grave por falsificación en el 3er grado.
And allegation is that you wrote a check in the amount of $1,550 to the Clayton County Public Schools.
Lo que se alega es de que usted le escribió un cheque por $1,550 a Clayton County Public Schools.
Yo no lo hice, pero yo lo cambié. Pues.
I did not do that.
Yo lo cambié nada más.
I cashed it.
Okay. So I'm going to set a bond for $2,500 for you, sir. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Señor, yo le voy a fijar una fianza de $2,500. ¿Cree usted que lo va a pagar? ¿Va a poder pagar la fianza?
Puede ser que sí, tengo que hacer una llamada si puedo.
Yes, I have to make a phone call, if I may.
Okay. Do you plan on hiring a lawyer representing yourself, or do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
¿Usted está planeando contratarse su abogado, representarse a sí mismo, o usted quiere que yo vea a ver si usted califica para que le nombren un abogado?
Yo quisiera saber si no puedo hacer el signature bond.
No le escuché.
Yo mismo para salir. Signature bond. Yeah, signature bond.
Oh, Judge, the interpreter thinks that what Mr. Juarez is saying, that he would like to know if we could get a signature bond.
The answer is no. The Chief Judge Keisha Wright Hill is not allowing OR bonds or signature bonds at this stage.
La respuesta es que no, que la presidenta de los jueces, Keisha Wright Hill, no está permitiendo que otorguen fianzas bajo palabras en estos momentos.
Entonces, ¿cuánto se pongo total para poder salir?
So how much will be the amount in order for me to get out?
Something around $250, $300. I can't tell you for certain because the bonding companies, they all charge different fees.
Va a ser alrededor de 250 a $300. Yo no le puedo decir exactamente cuánto sería porque las compañías fiancistas todas cobran las tarifas diferentes.
Sobre eso es todo lo que tengo, nada, tengo nada más, ¿right? Eso es todo lo que me acusan.
But that's the only charge that I have.
Yes, sir.
Sí, señor.
No, pues voy a tratar de hablar para saber si puedo alguien a pagar.
I'm going to try to make a phone call and see if they can come and pay it.
Okay. Any other questions, sir?
¿Alguna otra pregunta, señor?
Esto además tengo que pagarle al bond para que me saquen, right?
That's all. I just have to pay my bond for them to get me out, right?
Yes.
Sí.
¿Me puede dejar hacer una llamada?
Can you allow me to make a phone call?
You will be allowed to make a phone call. The sheriff's department, they have their own processes or procedures in place.
Usted le van a permitir hacer una llamada telefónica. La comisaría tiene sus guías y sus procedimientos.
And when they believe that you are now available to make the phone call, they will allow it.
Y cuando ellos crean que usted esté disponible para hacer una llamada telefónica, ellos se la van a permitir.
And it's an awkward question response to give because I don't control what happens with the sheriff's department.
Es una respuesta rara que yo le doy porque yo no soy quien controla lo que ocurre en la comisaría.
But they will allow you to make the phone call.
Pero ellos le van a permitir que usted haga una llamada telefónica.
Si mis amigos llaman y preguntan cuánto es el bond, ellos pueden pagar nada más, ¿eh? Y salgo.
And if my friends call and to ask how much my bond is, they can come in and pay it?
Yes.
Sí.
Así, todo lo que
That's all.
Okay, you're free to go back, sir.
Okay, puede retirarse, señor.
Okay, Miss Bermudez, that's our business today. You're free to go.
Thank you, sir. You have a good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm making it. I'm trying. All
It's
right.
going to be over soon.
Yes, hopefully.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
Sir, tell me your name.
Barfield, Your Honor.
I'm sorry.
Kenny Barfield, Your Honor.
Was that Barfield?
Barfield, yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Barfield, you've been charged with 3 offenses, driving, basically speeding. Bond is set at $500 for that. Violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, which is a felony.
They told me that was
I'm sorry, no, they charge you with possession of marijuana with intent to distribute, which is a felony, but they've labeled it as a misdemeanor. So, yeah, so you need to know that that may get upgraded at some point. But I've set a bond of $5,000 for that.
Okay.
And possession of drug-related objects is $1,500. So you have a total bond of $7,000. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
Yes, sir. And that would be $750, right?
It's going to be something that's added on, and I can't tell you what it is, but there will be a little bit added on as it relates to the fees.
Yes, sir.
Now, do you plan on representing yourself, hiring your own lawyer? What do you want to do? Let me see if you qualify for the appointment of lawyer.
I'm gonna hire my own lawyer.
Okay. I'm gonna set a preliminary hearing date for you for March 2nd
Okay,
at 8:30 a.m., but that date is gonna be waived if you bond out. Do you have any questions for me, sir?
No, sir. Once I pay the bond, I'll be able to go.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate you.
All right, you're free to go back. Have your name, sir?
My name is Kareem Dridi,
Will you spell that?
K-A-R-I-M, last name Dridi, D-R-I-D-I.
Okay. Sir, you've been charged with one offense of one count of simple assault. I've set the bond at $2,500. For that, do you believe you can post that bond?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you plan on representing yourself? Hire your own lawyer? You want me to see if you qualify for a lawyer?
I believe I'm gonna hire a lawyer.
Okay. Do you have any questions of me, sir?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Thank you, sir. Have a good
Okay.
day.
Tell me your name, sir.
False, Marcus False.
Mr. Falls, you've been charged one count of theft by receiving stolen property. Bond's gonna be set at $2,000 for that. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Sure.
Do you plan on hiring a lawyer representing yourself? You want to see if you qualify for a lawyer? What do you want to do?
I got my own lawyer.
Okay. Do you have any questions of me, Mr. Falls?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back. Have your name, sir?
Andrew Williams, Goldshake Jr.
Okay, sir, you've been charged with aggravated assault, simple battery, cruelty to children in third degree, which is misdemeanor, criminal trespass. So I'm setting the bond at $20,000 for the aggravated assault charge, $5,000 for the simple battery charge, $2,500 for the criminal cruelty to children in the third degree, and $2,500 for a criminal trespass, damage to property. So that brings a total bond of $30,000. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Do you plan on hiring your own lawyer, representing yourself, or you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
If I qualify for one,
Are you employed, Mr. Goucher?
now
How much do you make per month?
I'm not employed.
Oh, I'm sorry. So you do qualify. So I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you.
You said 30,000, right?
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Do you have any questions of me, sir? Okay, you're free to go back.
Go ahead. Isaiah Haynes.
Mr. Haynes, you've been charged with one count of robbery and one count of simple battery. The bond that I've set for both of those offenses is $5,000. So you have a total bond of $10,000. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
No. No.
So, Mr. Haynes, I would encourage you to contact the bonding companies that the county has authorized to write bonds and just see if they're willing to work with you on a payment plan or that kind of thing. Don't just sit in jail.
All right.
Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yeah.
Are you employed?
No.
Okay. So you do qualify for the appointment of a lawyer. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. I'm setting a preliminary hearing date for March 8th at 8:30 in the morning. That'll be over Zoom. like we're having here today. Do you have any questions of me, sir?
How many days you got to stay here?
I'm sorry?
How many days I got here?
How many days you have to stay there? So if you post bond today, you leave today. If you don't post bond, you have to stay. I'm appointing a lawyer, and the lawyer can work with the state court and try to get something set up faster than this March 8th date. But if the lawyer is not able to do that, you're going to be there until March 8th.
All right.
If you don't bond out. Okay?
Yes.
All right. You're free to go back, sir.
Step forward, sir, and state your name.
Tell me your name, sir.
Arnold Jason.
I'm sorry?
Arnold Jason.
Did you say Jenkins?
Yes.
Okay. Sir, you've been charged with misdemeanor criminal trespass, damage to property. And there's another, let's see.
You can see your face. You can see you right there.
And you've also been charged with family violence battery. So you're gonna have a bond set at $5,000 for the battery. And you're gonna have a bond set at $2,500 for the criminal trespass, which brings a total bond of $7,500. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
Yes, as soon as I can get in touch with someone.
Okay. Do you plan on hiring your own lawyer, representing yourself, or you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
I'd rather get out on bond.
Okay, so I'm gonna put that you're gonna hire your own lawyer. And if you don't have any questions of me, sir, you're free to go back.
I had to go to the doctor.
I'm sorry?
I had to go to the doctor to get stitches put in now on the 29th. The same day it happened.
He said he has to go to the doctor and get some stitches put in his eye on the 29th.
Okay, well, if he bonds out, he'll be able to do that. If he is not able to bond out, I don't believe that date. I mean, that's something in the free world, right? It's not something with the sheriff's department.
Oh, it happened the same day. The same day it went on. It happened the same day the police took me to the hospital. They left.
Okay, well, I can't guarantee, sir, that you're going to be able to make that. If you're out, if you're in custody, I'm sorry. But that's going to be something that'll have to be rescheduled.
No, I already had the stitches put in.
I'm sorry.
I said I already had the stitches did on the 29th of May. When I got hit with the stick, the police took me to the doctor.
He said the police took him to the doctor.
On the 29th of May?
Okay, Judge Gardner,
Yes,
are you finished with Mr.
yes.
Okay, okay, we're gonna move on to the next one. Come on around. No, go the other way. Go the other way for me, okay?
Stay forward and stay
Come on, sir. Tell me your name. Come on. Okay.
Tell me your name, sir.
Hello, Your Honor. It's Justin Jackson.
Jackson.
Thank you.
Just hold, don't touch the door. They're gonna open it up for you, okay?
How you doing today, Your Honor?
Well, I'm making it. There's a lot of stuff that's going on wrong that we're trying to work through to keep you guys moving on, so you're not sitting in jail for no reason at all.
Someone got to do the job, so I appreciate your help, man. Yeah.
Yes, sir, you've been charged with reckless driving, driving with no insurance, the use of drug-related objects, as I say, that you had something that helps you to use drugs, and violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, possession of marijuana more than an ounce. So you got bonds that have been set for all of these offenses.
Yes, sir.
The reckless driving is $500. The driver with no insurance is $1,000. The use of drug-related object is set at $1,500. And the marijuana charge is set at $5,000.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. So that brings you a total bond of $8,000. You believe you can post that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor, yes.
Okay. Do you plan on hiring a lawyer, representing yourself? What you gonna do?
Yes, I'll hire me a lawyer when I get out.
Okay. You're gonna have a preliminary hearing date set for March 8th, and that date will probably get moved. But if you hire a lawyer, tell a lawyer that there's that date set, and the lawyer have to make sure.
Hey, I'm sorry. I just want to get a pen real quick and paper just to write down the charge, and that's all. And then that's all. Then I'm good to go. All right. Can you? I'm sorry, Your Honor. Can you tell me what's the violation of Georgia Controlled Substance? What's how much?
Yes, that's possession of marijuana more than an ounce. They actually charge you with possession with intent.
But I wanted to know how much is the
He
charge.
just wants to know the bond.
The bond is the total bond is going to be $8,000.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Okay, you're free to go back.
Glenn. You want me to put him in the slaughter with Mr. Jenkins?
Marquand
now?
Jackson.
Come on, go on the slaughter.
All right. Give me a second, Mr. Jackson.
Yes, sir.
Face the wall. Put your hands behind your back. Face the wall.
You said Marquand Anthony Jackson?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir, you've been charged with one count of being a fugitive from justice. So that puts you in a different category than the other people that have been arrested. And what they're saying is that you have a warrant for your arrest out of Minnesota.
Correct.
So you can fight that charge. And when I say charge, what that means is state of Georgia has not charged you with committing an offense against the state of Georgia. So if you say, hey, I'm either not Marquand Jackson, or I never committed an offense in Minnesota, then that will be the subject of your fight with this offense. And when I say offense, it's basically the allegation.
Oh.
So the state of Georgia, all the state of Georgia is concerned about, in the sheriff's office of Clayton County, all they're concerned about is that somebody else said, hey, you committed a crime. We want you to hold that person until we can come get that person. And they contacted that Minnesota and they said, yeah, we're gonna come get him. So you can fight it, but the only thing that you're going to be dealing with at the hearing when you're fighting it is whether you are Marquand Jackson, whether you have been charged with this offense,
Why you just stand over there?
whether this offense is something that you can be arrested upon. And then the state of Georgia say, okay, he checks all these boxes, we're going to send him back to Minnesota to deal with it. If you want to waive your right to fight that, you can sign a waiver. And what that means is you get sent back to Minnesota, or you sign a waiver and the sheriff's department here in Clayton County will contact Minnesota and say, hey, he signed a waiver, y'all need to come get him. And if they don't come get you, then after 30 days, the sheriff's department here will say, hey, y'all didn't come get this guy. Do you want us to hold him for another 30 days? Or you want us to release him? And if they don't respond or whatever, the sheriff's office here, they'll let you out the front door. If this is something that you believe is a true charge and is certain that you're going to meet they're going to meet those thresholds, you may want to decide to waive your right to fight it and then go back and deal with it up in Minnesota. Or you may want to hire a lawyer to deal with it up there. So if it's like, if the reason they're holding you is because they say you owe $50 or whatever, you may say, hey, look, I'm giving a lawyer, I'm gonna take care of it, I'm gonna pay the $50 and they'll release me here. I don't know what choice you're gonna choose to make or what you wanna do. My job is just to give you the information so that you can make the best decision that you believe is for your life. So with that being said, do you have any questions of me about?
Yes, sir. How do I go about just, I'm ready to like get back because I want to go and take care of that.
Okay, so I've signed waiver forms.
Okay.
And so what I hear you saying is you want to waive your right to fight this and you just want to deal with it up there, straight up. Okay, so I am going to, well, I've already signed the waiver forms. And when we're done with this calendar, when I'm done with this calendar, it's going to go back over to the sheriff's department and the people that deal with it. And they're going to have it and they're going to bring it down to you to sign.
Okay.
And then you're going to be set and ready to go.
Okay, and then what? I just wait 30 days for them to come get me?
Yeah, my belief is that it'll be less than 30 days, but that's a statutory period that they have.
Sounds good.
Okay. Any other questions, sir?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Come on, sir, step up and tell him your name. Put your hands behind your back.
Tell me your name, sir?
More.
Moore?
Step up a little bit. Tell him. Not you.
Did you say Moore? Moore, sir?
He said Takeem Moore.
Okay, thank you, Deputy Knox. It's good to hear from you.
Yes, sir. It's good to hear from you, too.
You're always my light in the darkness,
Okay.
guiding me through.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm
All
here.
right, sir. Sir, you've been charged with theft by taking and criminal damage to property in the second degree. You're gonna have total bond set at $5,000. You believe you can post that bond, sir? Said no.
You gotta speak louder.
Okay. Would you like for me to see if you qualify for the appointment of lawyer, Mr. Moore?
Yes. Point of order.
Okay. Mr. Moore, are you employed?
No, sir, I don't believe so. I think I be getting frauded, like somebody using my name to work and do all that type of stuff.
So you're not employed?
I am, because I just filled out for unemployment and I got denied, like if I got a job or something, but I don't, so. Like I had unemployment for the whole year and then I just applied again and they denied me and I still don't have a job. It was the same application. I didn't get the second stimulus check, anything, because I think somebody using my name. And got 2 cars, like I just got mail in the mailbox saying I owe money for 2 cars, but I could have sworn I don't have them cars no more. But now they saying I still got, like the cars are actually on the street again, but never was given to me. And that's why this happened at my house, criminal damage, because I got upset because my grandma let people in my house all the time at night. She want to, she let people in the house that she don't know, saying that they know me.
Mr. Moore, do you go to a job every day?
No.
You said no?
I'm telling you, I'm getting frauded on the street, and that's why stuff like this happens with these cases.
Mr. Moore.
Mr. Moore,
I'm telling my lawyer,
so I'm trying to make a determination of whether you qualify for a lawyer. So when I ask you whether you are employed or whether you go to work every day, those are important questions. So your grandmother and all that stuff is not important.
I'm telling you it's not, so I don't know why I'm getting charged with all these crimes since 2012. Obviously, she's not important to me, not anymore, at least. Probably never have been, but I've been getting sucking in, and that's why she called the police on me like this, because she's sucking me.
Mr. Moore, what you have to understand is my job is to determine whether you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer. Your grandmother has nothing to do with that. So
that's why I'm in jail. I've been in jail since 2012, man. There's just too much bullshit going on, man.
Look, Mr. Moore,
I'm tired of it, bro. I ain't got time to play
no,
no game.
Mr. Moore, look at me. I understand what you're saying. I'm trying to help you and move you along. So if you are not working, you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer, and I can do that.
I'm not working right now because you see where I'm at, but I was just on the street and I went to my old job. I applied for unemployment. They didn't give it to me. So I went to my old job to get my W-2s. They say, oh, they don't have them. Like they letting people use my name, work in my name, drive my old cars that one was supposed to be a total loss in the car accident. The other one supposed to be repoed. But I just got both of those in the mail saying I owe money on them. Like they on the street right now saying, here's your monthly bill for this month. I'm not driving the car.
Mr. Moore, so the lawyer that I'm going to appoint to you is someone that you can tell that to. But you understand how I don't have control over those issues right now. So the whole reason, Mr. Moore, that I swore everybody in is that everything that you're telling me, I take it as being God's honest truth. So I'm not fighting you about that. My job is to help you and move you along. So I just need you to understand that. So I'm going to appoint a lawyer, and I've set bond in this case. Do you have any questions of me, Ms. Moore?
Questions for you, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back, sir. Tell me your name, sir.
Kenneth Nellums.
I'm sorry?
Kenneth Nellums.
Mr. Nellums, you've been charged with DUI and following too close. I'm gonna set the bond for the DUI at $5,000. And the bond for the following too close is automatically set at $500. So you're gonna have a total bond of $5,500. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
I don't, sir. No, sir.
You said no? Okay, Mr. Nellums, I would encourage you to contact the bonding companies and tell them your bond and your charges and see what they will do, rather than sit there and just say, I don't have a bond. Do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Are you employed?
No,
Did you say no?
sir. I did say no, sir.
Okay, I'm sorry. My internet was kind of messing up. So you do qualify for the appointment of a lawyer, Mr. Nellums. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me, sir? You said no?
Sir.
Okay, you're free to go back, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
LaShawn Roseboro.
Okay. Mr. Roseberry, you're charged with 3 offenses, simple battery. The bond's gonna be set at $3,000 for that. Disorderly conduct and possession of marijuana less than an ounce. Bond's gonna be set at $1,500 for each of those offenses. So that brings you a total bond of $6,000. You believe you can post that bond, sir?
For the weed, it was only.
I'm sorry, you were going in and out. You said for the weed, and then I didn't understand what you said after that.
I don't know why they put it less than an ounce. It was really less than half an ounce because it was only 3 grams.
So more than an ounce is a felony. Anything less than an ounce is a misdemeanor. So that's just the, as they would say, the nomenclature. That's the name that's given to that charge.
I have a witness out there 'cause I was protecting my mama.
I heard something texting mama. I'm sorry. It's the internet thing is kind of breaking up right now.
I said I have a witness because I caught them charges protecting my mama, like protecting her.
Oh, protecting your mother. Okay. So, Mr. Roseborough, are you going to represent yourself? Are you going to hire your own lawyer? Or you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
I mean, I don't even know. I mean, the dude tried to drop the charges, so I don't know what to take. I mean, it's not even a serious. That's why I'm here. So I don't know what to do with that. I mean, the case over for me. It's over with. I live with the dude who put the charges on me.
Okay. So you're breaking up on my end, but what I understood you to say is that you don't know because the person that brought the charges against you is someone you live with. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. And they were trying to drop it, but the state told them no. Well,
okay.
y'all.
So, would you like me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Yeah.
Do you work?
Yes, sir.
How much do you make per month?
Like around 400 to 500. Work at a car wash.
Okay, so you do qualify. I'm going to appoint a lawyer. If at some point you want to hire your own lawyer, that's fine. But my my job is try to move this whole thing along. And so I'm appointing a lawyer. You need to talk to the lawyer. If you want to hire your own lawyer and deal with whatever, you can do that. But I wouldn't just kind of just sit and say that the person that brought the charges against me is gonna dismiss charges.
They trying to.
Yeah, as ultimately because you wouldn't be sitting here if that person hadn't brought the charges. So I just, as they would say, word to the wise should be sufficient. So just protect yourself and make sure that you're not caught in these circumstances, okay?
I got a question before I leave.
Yes, sir.
The bond, do I just pay 10% of that?
It's gonna be roughly that. I don't know the whole amount because there are gonna be fees that the sheriff's department is obligated by law to add to the bond. And then different bonding companies, they charge different amounts. So you're gonna get an opportunity to speak to the bonding companies. You're gonna get an opportunity to kind of shop the whole thing. And I would encourage you to do that, just so you're not paying more money than you need to pay. But yeah, it's gonna be somewhere around there.
How much the bond is altogether? So
Total bond is I'm sorry, $6,000. I think I may have said 7, but it's $6,000.
all right.
Okay. Anything else? All right. Good luck to you, sir. Tell me your name.
Good afternoon, Brandon Stokes, Your Honor.
Okay. Give me a second, Mr. Stokes. I'm flipping through my paperwork. Sir, you've been charged with 1 count of battery. Bond's gonna be set at $5,000 for that. Do you believe you can post that bond?
Sir, no, I cannot, not at this time. I'm not from Georgia. I was here actually auditioning for a movie role. My agent is Mike Stiles. I will need a public defender as well.
Okay. Tell me, how much do you make per month, or are you employed?
I'm a union iron worker in Ohio, but I recently signed a contract with celebrity agent Mike Stiles
Okay.
to audition for movie roles. So I'm not actually working at the moment, but I did my reels here Monday, and he's auditioning me for a couple of new movies. So that would be what my work will be.
Okay, so I'm going to find that you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer. So I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me, sir?
Yes. The way this situation occurred, I was actually on going to catch my flight on Tuesday morning, and I actually was just stopping someone from assaulting me, and that's how I got the battery charge. And I just need to know what my PIN number is so that I can use the phone. I don't have any money on my books, and I'm not familiar with the court system and the phone systems here, but I need to get in contact with someone pretty soon, because I have a lot of I have big contracts on the table right now, Your Honor.
There's you're going to be allowed to use the phone generally, and I'm speaking in broad terms, but generally when you're arrested, you go through a process where the sheriff's department, they're, not, you don't have access to the phones. My understanding is generally, like, after this process, you will have access to the phones. And I'm sorry, I'm like setting the second screen to open back up. But that's going to be something that you will have the ability to do those things. And so this is like a roadblock in sort of that whole process. And it falls upon us in magistrate court. So don't want you to think there's something the sheriff's department is doing, but we're everybody trying to make it through these COVID times.
Okay, well, my again, all of my resources and everything are in Ohio, and my partner, my companion that was with me, that I got the charge with, she flew back to Ohio on Tuesday morning, so she's not even in the state anymore.
Is there a person, Mr. Stokes, that can help you post your bond and move on?
I'm not. not in Georgia. They're not in Georgia, so it's gonna be, like I said, I'm from Ohio.
No, I was asking, so if there's someone I can contact on your behalf to let them know that you have this bond amount and they can help you get out. Is there a person that I can call?
Yes, sir.
Okay, who is that?
Patricia Stokes.
And what's the number?
404-936-0231.
936-0231?
Yes.
Okay.
And,
I'll call Miss Stokes on your behalf and let her know so that she can contact the sheriff's department
and
and
if you,
move on. Okay?
no problem. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Anything else?
If you could, my mother, that's my mother. She's not gonna have the money, but she will need to call Chris Foraker. CHRIS.
Wait, I gotta get another post-it.
No problem. Thank you.
Tell me the name.
Chris, CHRIS, Foraker, FORAKER.
Okay.
And he'll probably be able to get the money to post a bond. And if not, the only other person that has availability to my assets for me to get out of here is the person who brought the charge against me.
Okay.
And I have, those are the only numbers I know by heart.
No, and that's fine. I understand. I'll say this, Mr. Stokes. You make it big, and you're like Mr. What's his name over at the guy with the movies and stuff. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on his name, but
Mike Styles.
Yeah, just remember me. I'm a lowly judge over here in Georgia. So
Yes, sir.
if you don't have any other questions for me, sir, you're free to go back.
Thank you very much. You have a wonderful evening.
Okay, you too.
Sit down. Sit down. Stay there. Let me step back some. Tell him your name.
It's Tarrant.
What's your last name?
Tarrant. Tarrant.
Can you hear him, Judge Gardner?
Yes, Mr. Tarrant. Sir, you're charged with one count of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, one count of theft by receiving stolen property, and one count of giving false name, address, date of birth. And I'm sorry, it was. Sorry, give me a second, Mr. Tarrant. It's like it's a error on my side. Okay, Mr. Tarrant. I'm gonna set a bond at $15,000 for the aggravated assault charge. Given the false name, address, date of birth, bond's gonna be set at $2,000. So that's gonna give you a total bond of $19,000. You believe you can post that bond, sir?
Yeah, I can. I gotta make some calls, but I can post it.
Okay. Mr. Tarrant, you're gonna have a preliminary hearing date set for March 8th. Yes, yes, sir. And it's gonna be 2:30 a.m. and that they may get waived, because if you find out that that date may get waived, do you plan on hiring your lawyer, representing yourself? You want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
I have a lawyer.
Okay. What's your lawyer's name?
Oh, I can't think of his name off top, but I got all his information.
Okay. So if you don't have any questions with me, sir, you're free to go back.
No, sir. I want to thank you, sir. I want to give you that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh my God.
Juwan Timmons.
Open that again, sir. I'm sorry.
Juwan
Last.
Timmons, Timmons.
Now, I do apologize, sir. Over this computer, it makes sometimes hard to understand. Sir, you've been charged with one count of giving false name, address, date of birth. Bond's gonna be set at $2,000 for that. You've been charged with also obstruction. Bond is gonna be set at $2,000 for that. So it's gonna be a total bond of $4,000. You believe you can post that bond, sir?
Not posted today?
Yes, sir. Do you plan on representing yourself, hiring your own lawyer, or you want me to see if you qualify?
Got my own attorney.
Okay. Well, Mr. Timmons, unless you have any questions of me, you're free to go back.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
When you said obstruction of officer, when you see my paperwork, it doesn't state in anything dealing with obstruction or having a wrongful lawful to the officer. Only thing it says is I didn't comply to the order of an officer, and that's not considered as being obstruction of officer by not telling him my exact name.
There is, Mr. Timmons, you, I believe, are on a fruitful path of what you're saying as it relates to the obstruction charge.
Sure.
So you just need to have those discussions with your lawyer, okay?
Because I never received my property either from the person who locked me up either. I never received none of my property.
Yeah, so what you need to understand as it relates to me at this stage, my only job is to see if it is possible that what the allegation is occurred, not whether it did or it did not. And so that's where you need to really talk to your lawyer. The stuff about your property, it looks like it was the Clayton County Sheriff's Office was the officer that was arresting officer. So you also need to say that to your lawyer so that you can recover, the possessions that are yours.
They said they had lost it on top of their hood coming down when they bring me to the jail.
I'm sorry, say that again. And when I turn my head, it's just because I'm trying to hear.
I lost my property when they were bringing it to the jail. When they were bringing me to the jail.
Yeah, so the person that arrested you and all of that stuff is like documented.
Okay.
And you really need to talk to your lawyer about it. And then, if something was done wrong, Laura be able to bring that out.
So,
okay.
Said the bond is $4,000.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. You're free to go back.
All right, thank you.
Good
What's your
afternoon.
name, sir?
Joseph Wilson, sir.
Mr. Wilson, you have been charged with 1 count of family violence battery. I'm going to set the bond at $5,000 for that.
Yes, sir.
Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you plan on hiring your own lawyer representing yourself, or you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
No, I'm gonna have lawyer, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'm gonna put that you're gonna hire your own lawyer. Do you have any questions of me, sir?
No, sir. I just want to say thank you for everything you done, and may God bless you and be with you.
Thank you. I need God's blessing as I move forward on my day. So you're free to go back.
Sir.
Okay. Deputy Knox, is that it?
No, that's not it.
Okay. Tell me your name, sir.
My name is Tariq Westbrook.
Okay. Mr. Westbrooks, you've been charged with possession of marijuana, less than an ounce, violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, which is a felony, possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime, and crossing the guard line with a prohibited item. So I'm setting the bond at $5,000 for the violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. The bond for the marijuana is going to automatically be set at $1,500. Possession of weapon during the commission of a crime, I'm setting that bond at $5,000 also. The crossing the drug line, I'm going to set that bond at $2,500. So you're gonna have a total bond of $14,000. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir?
No, sir, not right now at the moment.
Okay. I would encourage you, Mr. Westbrook, to contact the bonding companies that are authorized to write bonds and to see if they can help you. You're gonna have preliminary hearing date set for March 8th at 8:30 in the morning. And that's gonna be over Zoom call also. Do you plan on representing yourself, hiring your own lawyer, or do you want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Let me see if I'm qualified.
Are you employed, Mr. Westbrooks?
I was.
But you're no longer employed? Okay, you do qualify, so I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me, sir?
The bond again?
The total bond is $14,000.
I don't have any questions.
Okay, you're free to go back, sir.
Step up. Hello, Your Honor. My name is Cody Allen.
Mr. Allen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that's Allen?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
That's one of your add-ons.
Okay,
It was him and Mr. Jarez or Suarez.
yeah. I don't have Mr. Allen. Mr. Juarez was the only add-on that I had. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it back up. Because I'm not without fault. Deputy Knox,
Yes, sir.
is there anybody else that you have other than Mr. Allen?
Yes. I have 3 other people that have to get the announcement. I have
Okay,
Mr. Lloyd Brown. I have Mr. Ronnie Anderson, and I have Mr. Brandon Thomas.
so I think I have the paperwork for Anderson, Brown, and Thomas. I'm gonna have to dig for Mr. Allen. So Mr. Allen, can we have you step back? And I'm gonna deal with the other individuals because I don't want people just to be sitting and waiting while I'm trying to figure out what I have to do.
I'll put him aside.
Okay,
CH5.
On there, Judge Gardner,
yes,
if it helps any, the clerk Murray advised that she received an email with Mr. Allen's name and Mr. Jarrett's name together.
I got from Miss Adamson the warrant for Mr. Ramon Juarez Jose. I think that was the person, but well, I'll say the add-on. I got the warrant and the bond information. I'm sorry, the criminal history information, but I didn't get additional information other than that was related to him.
Okay, let me give her a phone call, okay?
Okay, so.
Judge Gardner?
Yes, ma'am.
Hold on 1 second. I think I'm gonna forward you an email that I believe Ms. Addison sent to Clerk Murray. Hold on 1 moment, okay?
Okay, yes.
Judge Gardner, I just sent you the email with Mr. Allen's warrant and GCIC.
Okay.
Okay, so we can, you want to start on the other announcement?
Yeah.
Okay, one moment.
So Miss Knox, between you and Miss Adamson, I will never discount anything that you both say to me, because you both have helped me keep this ship going. So I always consider it's like something that I've done wrong.
Yes, sir. No, you have not done anything wrong. It's a trial in progress. We working. We be doing trial. It's okay. One moment, sir, okay?
Yes.
No. He can go back. Hold on. No, he can't go back.
All right, so Deputy Knox, I gotta read the script for these gentlemen.
Hold on, Judge. One moment. Mr. Allen needs to hear it too, okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay, now we're ready, Judge.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'm sorry that we're going through this process at this late stage in the day, but this is your first appearance before the Clayton County Magistrate Court of Clayton County. My name is Brad Gardner. I'm a judge in this court, and I'm here to advise you of certain rights to set bond on the offenses that I can set bond on, to appoint a lawyer if you qualify, and to tell you of your next court date. At this stage and all other proceedings moving forward, you have certain rights. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to a lawyer. You have the right to subpoena witnesses to come in on your behalf. You also have the right to testify on your behalf. I am not here to try your case today. So I'm not here to determine whether you did it or didn't do it. My job is to do the things that I just mentioned earlier. You're gonna get I think all of you, and I have to check on it, but all of you are gonna get bonds. And the bond, you will have the ability to post a cash bond, commercial bond, or property bond. Cash bond, you give the full amount of the bond to the sheriff's department. They hold it, and when your case is over, they give it back to you. Commercial bond, you pay a fee to a bonding company. That fee is not going to be returned to you. Property, you can post property that sits and acts as like a basically a surety for your case. And when your case is over, they take the lien off of the property. But the property is going to have to be worth at least 3 times the bond amount before the sheriff will allow the property to be used as a bond. Some of you may have conditions on your bond, and those conditions will prohibit you from going to certain places or going around certain people. If you violate those conditions of bond, you could be arrested and charged with a felony, or you could be convicted of a misdemeanor. And if you violate those conditions of bond, you could be arrested and charged with a felony, or you could be convicted of a misdemeanor. And if you violate those conditions of bond, you could be arrested and charged with a felony, or you could be convicted of a misdemeanor. your bond can be revoked. If that person is listed as a victim in your case, that person will not be allowed to post the bond. If you have if you're on parole or probation, you may not be allowed to post the bond if that is the case. Preliminary hearings are hearings that you can waive if you want, or you can keep them if you don't want to waive it. But if it's a misdemeanor and you post bond, that's going to be automatically waived by operation of law. But if it's a felony, it's not necessarily that it's going to be automatic, but it's most likely going to be waived also. So I need each of you to raise your right hand for me now. Do you swear or affirm any information or testimony that you provide during this proceeding will be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, Deputy Knox, I'm ready to go.
Deputy Bland, I'm back.
Bland. All right, Deputy Bland, I'm ready to go.
Let's go.
I like your energy, Deputy Bland.
Sir, it's all for the judge.
All right, we have Mr. Allen, Mr. Anderson, Mr. Brown, and who is the other person?
Mr. Cody Allen. Cody Allen.
Okay, got Mr. Allen. Who was the I got Allen, Anderson, and Brown. Who am I missing?
Thomas. It should be Thomas, right?
Thomas.
Yes, sir. I have Mr. Allen's paperwork, so I'll send that up to you.
No, I got it. Deputy Knox sent it to me, so I have it.
Okay.
Tell me your name, sir. Mr. Brown, you're charged with 1 count of home invasion in first degree, 1 count of aggravated assault, and 1 count of possession of firearm by a convicted felon. So I'm gonna set a bond at $30,000 for the home invasion charge. Gonna set a bond at $20,000 for the aggravated assault charge. And $5,000 for the possession of firearm by a convicted felon. So that's a total bond of $55,000. You believe you can post that bond, sir?
Not right now, sir.
Okay. I'm going to set a preliminary hearing date for March 8th. And I'm gonna set a bond hearing date for March 12th. And both of those dates are gonna be by Zoom hearing like we're doing here today. Do you plan on hiring your own lawyer, representing yourself? You want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
Can you see if I get a court appointed, sir?
Are you employed, Mr. Brown?
Sir, not at the moment.
Okay, you do qualify, so I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions to me, sir?
Sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Sir, wait the walk. How you doing, sir?
Tell me your name, sir.
Ronnie Anderson.
Mr. Anderson, you've been charged with 1 count of battery. Your bond has been set at $5,000 for that. Do you believe you can post that bond, sir? Did you say yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you plan on hiring your own lawyer representing yourself? You want me to see if you qualify for the appointment of a lawyer?
I plan on representing myself, sir.
Okay. Do you have any questions of me, Mr. Anderson?
Oh, I mean, no, I guess not. I mean, I guess because you said that you only deal with the bonding and letting us know whether or not like this it's just a process. So I want to explain to you my situation, but it's like I know it's probably not.
Yeah, it would be better to explain it to your lawyer or someone who can help you along those lines, because everything right now, I take it as true, but I can't do certain things. I mean, I'm just a low person on the totem pole. So,
Only reason I say that is because when the first incident occurred, when the officer checked the individual for any wounds or any affliction, they didn't recognize or see nothing on this individual. They come back and call the medic just to do further investigation. And then once they do a further investigation, the medical told the police officers that the only thing they recognized was a slight swelling on her head. So and they said that how could I have been physically harming somebody with no marks, no bruises or nothing? They were just saying something was swell. It was a lie. That's what I'm saying. I'm okay with the bond, and I have to do whatever I got to do just to get out. But I'm actually faulted for no reason. I'm here for no reason. So it's like,
yeah, that's Mr. Anderson. It's like I tell people all the time, it's like the fact that you're charged with something doesn't mean you did it, but you've been charged. And so at this point, that's all I'm here to say is like, you've been charged with this. And
thank you, sir.
yeah, so it's like, I just like, cause you know.
I understand. You got to do what you got to do, and you can't, you know what I'm saying? I understand you, sir.
Yeah, okay. Anything else, Mr. Anderson?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back. What's your name, sir?
Thomas.
Mr. Thomas, okay. All right, your paperwork, Mr. Thomas, is what I've been looking for. Brandon Thomas?
Sir, they've been looking for me everywhere. Same like they got me this morning and last night.
Yeah, for some reason, I don't have a pre-printed bond order for you, but I can work around that, Mr. Thomas. I have your charges and the allegations against you. So you have been charged with a number of offenses: possession of marijuana less than an ounce, driving while license is suspended, giving a false name, address, or date of birth, obstruction of an officer, theft by receiving, that they charged as a felony, and possession of controlled substance. So, Mr. Thomas, I'm setting the possession of marijuana less than an ounce at $1,500. Driving while license is suspended, I'm setting that at $1,000. The bond. Giving the false name, address, date of birth, I'm going to set that as $1,000. The obstruction charge, I'm setting at $1,500. And these are generally set as we say schedule, but they're automatically set. Theft by receiving as a felony, I'm going to set that at $2,000, and the possession of a controlled substance. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna set that bond at $3,000. So you're gonna have a total bond. You have a total bond set at $10,000. You believe you can post that bond, sir?
No, sir.
You said no? Would you like me to see if you qualify for a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Are you currently employed?
No, I'm not. I lost my
All right.
job.
So you do qualify for the appointment of a lawyer. I'm going to appoint a lawyer to represent you. Do you have any questions of me, Mr. Thomas?
No, sir.
Okay, you're free to go back.
Hi, Your Honor. My name's Cody Allen.
Mr. Allen, it's good to see you again. It's like we're old friends.
I wish.
All right, I got your paperwork now, thanks to Deputy Knox, who's there. And you should thank her for getting this to me, so you don't have to go back and gotta do this stuff again tomorrow. You've been charged with 1 count of trafficking marijuana. And Mr. Allen, I've had a number of people who have been facing the same charge last week. So your bond is going to be set at $15,000. You believe you can post that bond, sir?
If I can make a phone call, I can.
Do you plan on hiring your own lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You're gonna have a preliminary hearing date set for March 8th at 8:30 a.m., but that's gonna be over the Zoom call like we're doing here now, and that day may get moved. Do you have any questions for me, sir?
Do not. I just want to say thank you and God bless.
Oh, I need God's blessing every day. Thank you, sir. You're free to go back.
Thank you. What's the record? Am I able to go make a phone call right now? Why don't you go back? Oh, you can make the phone call. Go ahead. No, okay. Just want to go straight out. All the way up. Okay. Back to where I came from. Where you came.
All right, Your Honor.
Okay. Is that Deputy Bland?
Yes, sir.
Okay, give me 1 second, Deputy Bland. Let me take us off the